A very, very warm welcome to Dr. CEYOL from Volgograd State Medical University. And we are really proud of her that she scored 181 marks in the recently conducted FMG exam. And thank you, Dr. CEYOL, for giving us this opportunity to interact with you. And we would just like to know about your journey. And before we start with that, I would really like to congratulate to you as well as to your parents
Thank you, sir.
for this great success.
Thank
How are you
you.
feeling?
I am really grateful and even thankful for everything that has been everything has been till now, and the result, without the miss the whole faculty's guidance, I don't think we could achieve everything till now what we have without इवन जो हमारा सिली सिली जो क्वेश्चंस फॉर मी मेरा जो सिली क्वेश्चंस रहता था, so everything has fallen into its place.
Wow, very good. That's really good to know that Dr. CEYOL is giving credit to us. And as we all know, Bita, it is ultimately the hard work of the students who actually pays off. We know that we are just acting as a guide to them, and probably that helps them a bit in cracking this exam. We know that this exam is not something which is a cakewalk because the pass percentage what we look at. So डॉक्टर CEYOL से मैं ये जानना चाहूँगा कि उन्होंने अपने आप को इस एग्जाम के लिए कैसे तैयार किया.
Yes, sir. I would like to speak few words on it. So I initially started my preparation during my final year. So, my main subjects like physiology, pharmacology, and pathology. So I made sure that these three subjects, before I get into those 6 months of deep preparation, so I would get these three done. So then after, when I came here to Delhi, so I had joined MIST, and then I started with I think the first two subjects were surgery and PSM. So वहाँ से शुरू किया हमने, and it was एक अच्छी बात ये थी कि क्लासेस का उन्होंने ऐसा स्केड्यूल बना के रखा था कि हम टाइम से सब कुछ कंप्लीट कर सके. सो वैसे वैसे हम पढ़ते गए, फिर सब हमने टेस्ट भी दिया. सो सो दिन रात my schedule was how early in the morning I would wake up at 4. So by 5 o'clock, I made sure I have to start my session. So with including all the breaks and everything, so I used to get everything done by 10 p.m. And then वापस वही the same thing. The main thing is you have to be very consistent. You cannot joke around. That is one thing. Your 6 years of university was good, everything was done, but these 6 months are actually the main thing where you can actually score well, how consistent you are, and especially how many times you will revise. Now for me, to be honest, I got a lot of advice don't do this subject, यहाँ से ये subject करो, ये वो subject करो, but you have to listen to yourself. It's not that you do not listen what other people say, but you should also use little bit of your own brain also. The for the December session, in paper 1, biochemistry, pediatrics, and your main subjects, your OBG and surgery. So these subjects have dominated the paper 1. Especially, do not leave these subjects lightly, even physiology. So, and then paper 2 though was good, but in my opinion, you should study everything. Do not keep any subject as an optional. 100 क्वेश्चंस में से आपको 10 ऑप्शनल रखने, आप वैसे नहीं करना चाहिए. So you should study everything, but at least keep your 13 to 14 subjects bit stronger. बाकी के subjects आप करो, but then you have to keep all subjects, you have to revise everything. That is what.
Great. So the message which I am able to get from Dr. CEYOL is number one, she maintained a disciplined schedule. I think that is really
Yes,
very
sir.
important. And as you pointed out, that every individual would be having his or her own schedule. But what Dr. Sewell followed was that he used to study till 10 o'clock in the night, and then she used to go for sleep, wake up early in the morning at 4, and she used to start her studies by 5 o'clock in the morning. That really sounds good, because you are taking a good 6 hours sleep as
Yes,
well.
sir.
Then you were attending the online
Yes,
live
online
classes
live
on
classes.
time
Yes, sir.
as per the class
As
timings.
per the class schedule.
Wonderful. The second, what I like the most, what she said is that consistency is important. We strongly feel, Vita, that what whatever the level of knowledge we have, but in these 6 months of preparation, if you are really consistent, then definitely this helps.
Yes.
So that is another thing. And the third thing is that she did not leave any subject. She went through all the 19 subjects. She listened to what other people were saying, but she actually followed what her heart was telling her to do. She did not
Yes, sir.
skip on physiology, biochemistry, pediatrics, right? So these are important words, what I can gather.
Yes, sir.
And Dr. Seol,
Yes, sir.
I would like to know ki, when you were preparing, so every Tuesday you were having a test.
Yes, sir.
How that test helped you?
That test actually helped me a lot. Like, I made sure I should not give the test late. Like, usually we could give till the next day, I think 4 p.m. or 10 p.m. But you need to give the test that day itself. जो time पे आपको slot किया है, like 10 p.m. was the test, 10 to 11 p.m. That's it. And the whole, and now in my preparation what I did was, so every Tuesday I know there's a test, so I have to complete all my revision before 3 p.m. So then 3 to 6 p.m. jo tha 3 hours, so I would solve my MCQs. So I would have a little bit like a pre knowledge of it. Okay, like these kind of questions can also come, so at least that helped me a lot. And also, one more thing, that you need to solve MCQs consistently. Even suppose if you do not solve, if you cannot, so you should just follow, like, जो MCQs जो classes के wise जो होते हैं, so you need to follow them through.
Great.
वैसा.
So वो जो टेस्ट के बहाने जो रिवीजन हो जाता था, प्लस जो खुद से
खुद
एमसीक्यूज
से
प्रैक्टिस
MCQs.
किया,
Yes, sir.
दैट हैज हेल्प्ड वंडरफुल. अच्छा, सिलेबस कब कंप्लीट हुआ होगा?
I think हमारा syllabus almost आई थिंक नवंबर के फर्स्ट वीक में, बट मोस्टली अक्टूबर तक खत्म हुआ है, अक्टूबर एंड तक खत्म हुआ, नवंबर के फर्स्ट वीक तक हुआ है, लाइक अक्टूबर एंड
और
नवंबर
फिर वो
फर्स्ट
जो
वीक.
सब्जेक्ट वाइज टेस्ट होते थे, उससे उसको कैसे प्रिपेयर करते थे, क्योंकि हर तीसरे दिन फिर टेस्ट आ जाता था.
So like what I did was, I used to get bored with one subject, honestly, so I made sure that at least two subjects, one major subject and one small subject, you need to do that, because with one subject you will ultimately you'll get bored. So even just subject wise test था, so I made sure ठीक है, I am studying the subject, but then little bit उसके जो topic के related, so I would do such thing like, now for example, pharmacology, so you have those antifungal, antibiotics, antibacterial, so I would relate that subject with the PSM also. You had similar topics, so I would find the common subjects, common topics, so I would study all of them together. So that made me like little bit okay, मेरा यहाँ revision हो रहा है वैसा. So subject wise, so you need to do thoroughly. Without that तो नहीं.
वेरी गुड. डॉक्टर सिरोल की एक बात और भी बहुत अच्छी लगी कि शी ट्राइड टू इंटीग्रेट द थिंग्स
Yes, sir.
हरसेल्फ.
Integration is very important. You need to do that. Like even jo, like the main subjects which I used to do before, like physiology, pathology, and pharmacology. So, for example, your cardiology system. So you need to get everything done. Like, okay, now you know how it is. So now you know the disease related to it. So now you need to understand how you can treat them. So you need to find all these similar topics, like you need to integrate it very nicely. So then आपका approach भी सही होगा, because the questions like which we had this time, It wasn't like simple one liners. You had to think a lot. You have to apply your own knowledge to it. Yes.
Wonderful. Uh, Very well said. Because now, as we all know, that the concept of single liners being asked
Yes.
straight as a direct line from the notes, that theory has gone down to almost 20%. 80% of the questions which are actually the game changer, they are based on the clinical knowledge, what you have attained, which include the preparation for the basic subjects, also the
Yes, sir.
preclinicals, and how you are able to integrate that.
Integrated.
Yes. So I think that's a wonderful message from Dr. Seol.
Thank you,
And
sir.
tell me something about Volgograd. How was it?
Volgograd, like, it was the best, like, best 6 years of my life. And I had a great opportunity, like, to go out of my comfort zone, like, to stay by myself and to, like, experience, like, the whole diversity, like, so that's, I would say that much.
So that means you really liked your
Yeah,
life
I like,
those
so
6 years.
that phase of my life was really good. Like, it's not only I used to not enjoy, but like I used to study also. So like, so I used to even have like, so in our, like, I used to go to church every Sunday. So then over there also I had a, like, we had a community over there. So what we would do, we would even though like we are a Christian, like, usually what happens, like, people don't celebrate over there, like, all other festivals, but we didn't limit ourselves only that we have to celebrate Christmas or Easter. We made sure we celebrated Diwali, New Year, and all other festivals, like, over there. So that was one of the, so through that, like, I have become like more outspoken, because I still think like I'm little bit introverted, but then because of that, like, I've been able to speak, able to approach more, like,
Very well said, Dr. Seol. I am a firm believer of our proud foreign medical graduates, and I would like to re-emphasize what Dr. Seol has said, that our foreign medical graduates, they actually have a great personality because they develop the ability to fight with all the challenges all alone in 6 years.
yes,
And when they're not at home, they're away from home. This really wonderful. And what do you like the best about MIST?
I feel, mm, I feel that you need to first of all join MIST. Okay, if you have not done it, so then you're, like, you can still do it, but you need to join so you have a better. See, even if you have little bit doubt, do not worry about it. You can ask the faculty, you can ask teachers, you can ask Vineet sir, Kunal sir, Rajiv Dhawan sir. You can ask them because they will reply you. Maybe it's a day late or something, so they will reply you. So you shouldn't like waste this opportunity. That is one thing I would like to say. Second thing is that don't be afraid. This is an exam, and what I feel is that even there will be times when you will feel very much like everything is like, nothing is happening. Whatever I'm studying, I'm forgetting. That was one thing I used to feel like, scared about it. Like, I'm forgetting whatever I'm studying. But then I made sure ki no, I have to do this. Even now also, like, there are like some few of my friends also who have been left out. But one thing is I know that they have not, like, they are still fighting for it, and I know they will do it better. So that is one thing I would like to say, that don't stop, just keep on going with jo bhi hoga hoga, but then you should just go on.
लड़ते रहना है,
लड़ते रहना है.
हिम्मत नहीं हारनी है.
Yes, sir.
We need to just keep fighting it out, keep grinding on a daily basis. And I think Dr. Seol has really done wonderful. We wish her all the very
Thank
best,
you, sir.
and may you succeed like anything in
Thank you.
all your future endeavors.
Thank you.
And let me tell you, she has a feeling that she wants to do this USMLE, and
Yes,
she
sir.
would love to settle if she gets an opportunity. So we really wish you all the very best, Dr. Seol.
Thank you, sir.
And I would just like to share a token of appreciation to Dr. Seol, a small token from our side, Beta.
Thank you, sir.
May God bless you.